Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and of course welcome to another library haul video. In this video I borrowed 10 books from the library. The first book is called The Dreamer by Il Sung Na. I really love the illustrations in this picture book. It's done in a watercolor fashion. It's whimsical, the sentences are short and to the point, easy for the kids to understand. Now this book tells the story about a pig who loves to watch birds and wants to fly like them. He admired them and wished he could join them. So he tries to find ways to do that. He knew there were a lot to learn and it's not going to be easy. He drew up plans, gathered materials for his experiments, and executed his plans. But one after another it failed. He thinks about his failures and wonders why they failed. But he never gives up. He gets new inspiration to try again. Some of his friends even come to help, but it's still not easy. He listens to their opinions and suggestions and modified his experiments. This time he was successful. He could now fly. There. Even when he is successful and got what he wanted, he still went further. Now everybody has heard of his success and wants to join him. Those that couldn't fly before now could. Things started to change and it seems like everybody is flying these days. But one thing still doesn't change. And that is the pig book that teaches kids to dream big and never give up and still be grateful for some of the things that already exist in life. The next book is called Cat Wishes by Calista Brill, pictures by Kennard Park. This is another beautifully illustrated book with short sentences and paragraphs. It tells a story about a cat who was given 3 wishes for sparing a life. So here there's a snake and decides to spare its life, and so the snake gave it 3 wishes. But the cat was skeptical. Even as each wish the cat made came true, the cat was still skeptical. So first it wished for a fish to eat, and then there was a fish. Next, when it started raining, it wished for a house to take shelter. And what do you know? It finds a house. Next, it wished for a friend because it felt lonely and scary. A girl appeared. Now this girl tells the cat how she met with a snake too and was given 3 wishes. And what a coincidence! She wished for food, a raincoat. Now how I took away from this story is that what may seem like wishes coming true is actually coincidences we experience with the people we connect with. I'm not gonna tell my daughter to wish for things that may not happen and then she'd be disappointed. The focus I'm probably going to focus on is making many connections, and you will find somebody that share your ideals and interests, and that's when your wishes in life can come true. The next book is called The Rabbit Listen by Cori Doerrfeld. And again, this is a short type of sentence suitable for kids aged 2 to 4 years old that still has a little bit of a short attention span. Lovely illustrations. So this book is about taking the time to listen when one is feeling sad or hurt over something. So there's this kid, Taylor, that is building something and it took a lot of effort. And when the kid was finished, he was proud of his achievement. But suddenly something happened that caused all of it to come tumbling down. It was gone and the kid felt sad. The chicken saw what had happened, felt sorry, and invited the kid to talk about it. But the boy didn't feel like talking, and in a huff, the chicken left the boy alone. Next came a bear. The bear felt it was terrible and angry about it and wanted the kid to let his anger out. But Taylor didn't feel like shouting. and so the bear left. Next came an elephant and offered to help fix it. All they needed to do was try to remember how it was built, but Taylor didn't feel like doing that either, so the elephant left. One by one, more and more animals showed up, offering to either laugh, pretend it never happened, get rid of it, or even destroy someone else's construction. But Taylor didn't want to do either one of that, so they left. Until out came a rabbit. The rabbit approached Taylor quietly and just sat beside him. The rabbit didn't do anything but just sat there quietly and waited. Then Taylor began to speak. The rabbit listened as Taylor talked, shouted, recalled what had happened, laughed, his plans to either hide, throw away the blocks, or even ruin things for somebody else. The rabbit never said anything except just listen in understanding. Then suddenly, Taylor said he wanted to build again, and he did. Sometimes your attempts to cheer somebody up may not be what they need exactly, although it is what they want to do. What they really need is somebody to listen to them, and eventually they will feel much better. This book is a story about a bear and a mole who wanted to plan a camping trip because the mole wanted to see stars. So the mole wanted to see the stars, but the mole was scared it would be too dark up there. The bear assured the mole that he would be there with the mole, so there was nothing to be scared about. So they packed up their camping stuff and set off for the hill. Once they arrived, they set up the camp. Mole started to worry again about it being too dark, so the bear decided to tell the story of first star that will help Mole find his way around. The story starts off with a father bear, mother bear, and baby bear that lived there, and when it was at night, it was always very dark until they couldn't see anything. In order to make it brighter, the mother bear and baby bear made a ball made out of clay, and he became the moon, which shone bright in the sky. Then baby bear scattered white stones that became stars across the sky. Now I love this page. So I know you can't really see it if I turn it this way, but okay, I'll do it. Oops, I'll do it this way. So Father Bear reaches up to press on one star, preventing it from moving. It will always be pointing north, and so when one sees it, they will never be lost. This star was the first star. And then the story ends with a shooting star for the mole to wish upon. A lovely story to teach kids about the North Star. And this over here is the Little Dipper, if you're into astronomy. I'm not, so I had to Google this up, but this is called the Little Dipper. The shape of a bear drawn over it was a great way to teach them how to find it in case they ever get lost while camping. So I really recommend this book if you do a lot of camping with your kids. Next book is called Big Bunny by Rowboat Watkins. It's a story about a big bunny. It's funny, not really scary, meant to entertain kids. The illustrations are cute and funny. Now the interesting thing about this book is that the sentence up here can be read by your kid, while the other sentence down here can be read by you, the narrator if you will. So for example, your kid reads, "A ginormously scary bunny?" And then you follow that by reading, "No, he was just big and he lived on." So see how that works? The dialogue happens. But if your kid is still too young to read, you can just simply change the sound of your voice and read on your kid's behalf. That way you won't confuse your kid when you read. Okay, there's this huge bunny that loves to eat carrots. Lots and lots of carrots that it's scary. It would eat carrots by the truckloads. Let's see, where's the truck? See? So this is how big the bunny is. The bunny got so big that it blocked traffic, so they built a bridge around it. Now the part where the kid is supposed to read changes to become a storyteller because apparently the parent wasn't doing a good job at making the bunny scary enough. So here the bunny ate the truck, the bridge, and was still hungry, so it ate buildings. The penguins that were driving the trucks had to leave in buses and were driven by giraffes. The story suddenly ends with a cabbage dad and his cabbage kid who was apparently reading the story about the scary bunny. As for what the scary ending really is, well, it's entirely up to you because there was no ending. It feels a little odd that it ended that way, but this book was still interesting to read because of the dialogue for the kid and the parent. The next book is called Surprise by Caroline Hadilaksono. Yeah. So this book tells a tale about 3 friends, a bear, a raccoon, and a squirrel, who were bored and wanted something exciting to do. They wanted to have new friends to play with. They've tried before, but nothing ever happens out of it. One day, a human family appeared in the woods. Maybe they were the friends that they were waiting for. So they decided to throw a welcome party to try to convince the humans to stay and become their friends. They waited for the humans to leave the campground and they began to set it up. There were already a lot of food brought by the humans, plenty of good entertainment, and they could decorate the place with what they had found. Something was missing, so the bear left to go find it. Then the humans returned. Raccoon and squirrel shouted, "Surprise!" They offered the humans food and performed for them. They seemed to think the humans were enjoying the party. Then Bear arrived. He brought pine cones for party hats. But this didn't bring the kind of reaction they were hoping for. The humans left very quickly. Not sure why the humans left so early, the 3 friends sat down to enjoy the rest of the party. A very cute and funny story with lovely illustrations that is sure to make your kid laugh. The next book is called Eat Pete by Michael Rex. Now this is a really cute and funny picture book too, one that my daughter loves because it involves a monster. Ever since Halloween, she's been finding creatures amusing for some reason. So anyway, this book is about a monster who visits a kid called Pete and plans to eat him. But Pete distracts the monster each time with toys and pretend play. Pete would ask him a question and monster always responds, "Eat Pete," in a thought bubble. At this point, I like to exaggerate my voice a little, and my daughter laughs every time I did this, like, "Eat Pete." So the monster wanted to eat Pete, right? But instead of doing that, the monster decides to join in the fun. When that's done, Pete asked the monster if he wanted to play pirates. But of course the monster actually wants to eat Pete. But we see the monster playing with Pete instead. More of the same thing goes on and on until finally the monster ate Pete. Now that Pete is gone, playing doesn't seem as fun anymore. The monster is feeling lonely and misses Pete. Regretting his action, he spat Pete out. Pete was upset that Monster ate him and the monster apologized. Pete accepts Monster's apology and invites him to play. But the monster wanted to hug Pete instead. A wonderful story showing how sometimes when kids are playing, fights or misunderstandings can happen. But if they apologize and forgive each other, they can still go back to playing and becoming friends. Next book we have is called Love Mama by Jeanette Bradley. Illustrations are simple, cute and colorful, and the sentences are short, which I like. This book is about a little penguin who misses its mama, who is off to work far, far away. So here we see Mama Penguin setting off to a ship and they were waving goodbye to her. While Mama Penguin is away, little penguin misses its mama. Nothing is really the same during mealtime, bedtime, reading time. Mama Penguin is not there to laugh or even to cuddle. One day, little penguin receives a package, and in it were lots of things sent by Mama Penguin. Among those things was a letter from Mama Penguin saying how much she loves little penguin. No matter how far apart they were, her love would reach him throughout the day. This comforts little penguin, and little penguin decides to send a package of his own. So here we see Papa Penguin and little penguin sending off the package. Soon Mama Penguin returns and all is well again. This book is especially wonderful to read to your kids if you face a similar situation where you won't be around for some time due to work and your kids misses you. It will help them to learn how to cope. Next book is called Want to Play Trucks by Ann Stott, illustrated by Bob Graham. This book is about two boys that meet up every morning to play together. One likes trucks and the other likes dolls. Each of them like different things and they each tell the other what they like and give opinions about how they should play. Soon they started to quarrel because they had different opinions, but luckily being friends, when one explained why he didn't think it was a good idea, the other understands and went to see how he could fix the problem. They go back to playing together and suddenly an ice cream truck appears. Apparently, liking ice cream is something they both have in common. A lovely illustrated picture book that teaches kids that sometimes they can still play well together and have something in common despite their different likes. The last book I have here is called Pie is for Sharing by Stephanie Parsley Ledyard, illustrated by Jason Chin. I borrowed this book because I wanted something to read to my daughter, something in conjunction with the Thanksgiving holiday. This book is really a book about picnic during the 4th of July, but hey, pie is great any time of the year in my opinion. So anyway, I wanted to also mention that I really love the illustrations in this picture book. It's almost realistically painted in watercolor, which is awesome. So this book starts off with a sentence that says, "Pie is for sharing." We see lots of people gathering around the pie at a park, and I love how it involves a lot of different races enjoying a picnic together. So besides sharing a pie, the book goes on to illustrate how other things can be shared, like a book, a tree, a ball, a jump rope, time, and many other things under the sun. See, on and on it goes. Under the sun, the stars, and the moon. Lots of things to share representing unity, just like a pie. A great book to read, simple, when you're trying to also teach them about sharing, which I still need to work on with my daughter. So that's all I have for this library book haul. I hope you enjoyed the selection I have for you in this video. If you like it, do give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And with that, see you next time. Bye!